SparkPoint Center. Questions. There also will be tours given of the Family Resource Center. If you haven't had a chance to visit this wonderful community facility, we encourage you to take a tour this afternoon. It's now my great pleasure to introduce Fremont's Vice Mayor, Anu Natarajan.
Thank you, Suzanne. Let's give a huge round of applause to Suzanne Shenfil, our fearless and creative leader who came up with this idea for a family resource center many years ago and made it happen and continues to inspire all of us. I thought there were going to be a couple of other council members here, but on behalf of the entire City Council and Mayor Gus Morrison, who's currently in Washington, D.C., getting money for Fremont, the best places to raise a family. We're also very proud of our Family Resource Center, a one-stop center with 25 state, county, City of Fremont, and nonprofit organizations working together to strengthen families and improve outcomes for children and our youth. So this was the logical place then to open a SparkPoint Center, because we're expanding on an existing wealth of resources already available for our families. Family economic success does not come in one package. There is no one-size-fits-all, and all of us know that. Families which are secure one minute can face unemployment or home foreclosures the next. While the current economy in our area is improving, it is important now more than ever to strengthen our low-income families as they struggle to maintain a tenuous grip on their financial stability. It can be hard to ask for help when you need it. It can be daunting to wade through confusing paperwork and eligibility requirements when you have to obtain unemployment benefits, secure retraining benefits, and seek government assistance. So this FRC SparkPoint Center will provide an alternative where hardworking families can get the coaching and the support that they need to find jobs, rebalance their budgets, repair their credit, increase their savings, get on the road to financial stability, and secure their families' futures. An effort like this does not happen without a lot of hard work, and you will hear more about the partners who are part of this collaboration. An effort like this does not happen without a champion who works tirelessly to make this happen. And our local champion for this center, I'm sure you can guess, is Judy Schwartz. No, Judy, it's not in your notes. Stand up and take a bow. Come on, Judy, stand up. As you know, Judy is the administrator of the Fremont Family Resource Center, and for the last 3 years, Judy has worked to bring this program together and to convince United Way, which I'm sure didn't need a lot of convincing, that there should be a SparkPoint Center here to serve the southern part of Alameda County. We know, and we've heard you, Judy, when you've said under your breath, we've been doing this work already. Now we can loudly say we want to be part of United Way's efforts to demonstrate to national policymakers that this wrap-around model of financial and support services really works. Please join me again in recognizing Judy Schwartz and her efforts. And now it's my pleasure to introduce Lorne Needle, Chief Community Investment Officer of United Way of the Bay Area. Lorne.
Well, hello everybody. This is already the best part of my day, by the way. Just getting to be here with all of you and the spirit and the feeling here, so I'm really glad to be here. I want to say hello and thank you on behalf of all of us at United Way, our whole team, some of whom are in the room, raise your hands, United Way people in the room. And the many who are not here but are busy trying to help support this SparkPoint and other SparkPoints or help raise money for this work or do the other things that we do. And it is a privilege for us. We're so happy to be working with you here in Fremont. And I'll say more about that in a moment. But I want to say a little bit about why SparkPoint and how it was that we got a chance to come work with the fabulous folks at this center to make this happen. United Way 2 years ago completely refocused our work. We had been working on lots of issues in lots of communities. We serve 7 counties in the Bay Area, from here in southern Alameda all the way up to Napa and San Francisco out to Contra Costa. And what we kept seeing is that there were lots of people struggling in poverty and not getting out of poverty. And our board, because they are serious, because they're bold people, they said, you know what? We are a big organization. People look to us to be a leader. We're going to be a leader, and we're going to declare that in the next 10 years, by 2020, we're going to get half of the people in the Bay Area out of poverty, that are in poverty. And my first reaction was just like yours, to applaud, and my second reaction was to go, good Lord, what are we going to do? And so we had to figure out what we were going to do now. And what we had been doing was not bad. What we had been doing was giving grants to good organizations that did job training, or they did credit counseling, or they helped people with their savings, or they helped people deal with bankruptcy, or they helped kids finish high school. And those are all important and worthy things, and we continue to support those. But what we kept seeing is that most people who are struggling and are in poverty are facing more than one challenge, more than one barrier. And so if you had a really good job training program, some of the people could use that, and that's all they needed, and they could move themselves out of poverty. But for a lot of folks, that wasn't enough, because they were still in debt, because they still couldn't read at the right level to get the kind of jobs they wanted to get, and so forth. And it was clear to us that if you're serious about helping people in poverty, and we are, because we believe that everybody has a right to a brighter future, and we believe in the dignity and the worth of every human being in Fremont and in the Bay Area, and because we think it's possible for people to move themselves forward with the right support, we said, okay, we're not satisfied. We're not satisfied with what we're doing. We've got to do something different and better. And with the help of lots of smart partners, the idea we came up with was SparkPoint. And the idea is to bring all the different services that people need into one place, and to make it easy to use them, and to give people the support of a financial coach who's like their cheerleader and their ally and their extra brain, who's helping them figure out what to do and stick with it and go do it. And that if you put all those things together, people would make good things happen for themselves and their families. And I don't have to tell people in this room that it's not enough just to say, I'm going to do whatever it takes to move myself forward. Not only is it that you're facing multiple problems, but sometimes it's hard to get through the barriers to get to a service. Sometimes it's hard to find out where the service is. And sometimes, you get tired and you can't go 8 different places to get 8 different kinds of help in a day and still take care of your kids or still go to work. And so we knew that that was really important. And so we had this idea of SparkPoint centers where the best people at each of these kinds of services would come together and be in one place and help people in a coherent way. And that's how that got started. That was just about 3.5 years ago. And the first SparkPoint opened up in Oakland. And yeah, very proud of SparkPoint Oakland. There's a SparkPoint Oakland story on the wall here. And 3 years later, you are the 10th SparkPoint. And that's a milestone. And last year, all of the SparkPoints together, including Fremont, served over 4,000 people. Yeah, it's a real achievement. You don't have to clap every time. And we're tracking very carefully with the SparkPoints. One of the ingredients of this is we have a really rigorous data system. We're asking people to share their information about what's happening with your income, what's happening with your savings, and we're tracking that over time, mostly to help that client figure out what they want to do and how to move forward, but also to keep track for all of us of, is this thing working? And for all the funders who are investing in SparkPoint, is this worth investing in? And what we saw out of that group of people last year was that more than half, about 57%, were already starting to see some success. Their income was going up, or their debt was going down, or their credit score was going up. The things that matter to get you out of poverty are starting to happen. And this is happening at 10 centers around the Bay Area. There are 70 different partners. You're going to hear a moment, I think, from Judy about all the terrific partners working here at Fremont. But there are 70 different partners coming together in each community to get this work done. One of the beautiful things we think about SparkPoint is it isn't the same thing every place. So here in Fremont, it looks a little different than Oakland, than Lorne, than San Bruno. And that's a good thing, because you get to think about, well, what do people here in Fremont need? And who are the right providers, who are the best organizations in Fremont, and let's get them in the game. And let's put together something that serves our specific people here. And there are, of course, similarities and common things that we expect, most importantly, commitment to those same set of goals. But you get to tailor it to Fremont, and we believe that we will see success here in Fremont because you're doing it your way. A couple more things I want to say. It is a true statement that it took a few years to get us to come here and work with you. That's not because there's anything wrong with Fremont. I think it was because we had to kind of get clear what an important opportunity was here to bring a SparkPoint. Suzanne and Judy and their team here found out what we were doing, and they called us up and they said, you know, we think we're interested in this. We think this might be a good thing for our Family Resource Center. And we said, you know, that's great, and we're kind of busy over here with these other SparkPoint centers, and we'll talk to you soon. And they said, no, but we think we really need to talk to you, and you need to understand, and you need to come visit our Family Resource Center. We did that, and we said, well, that's really impressive. But we're kind of busy, and there's all these other SparkPoint centers, and they kept saying, no. People of Fremont would like a SparkPoint center, and you need to focus. And so, not because we didn't love you, but just because we're a small team of people and not with a lot of time, it took us a little while to get here. And then we had to learn about this Family Resource Center, which is a remarkable place before it ever got to be a SparkPoint. One of the things that I'm personally excited about is that you're doing an experiment here on behalf of your field of Family Resource Centers. You know, this is in and of itself is an innovation that Suzanne and other people have brought to the Bay Area in the last few decades that is trying to be really family friendly and meet people where they're at and welcome you and offer the kinds of services that help people improve their lives. And it already does a number of wonderful things. And it's a testament to the leadership here that you weren't satisfied with that and that you wanted to add some of the economic things that a SparkPoint brings on top of a Family Resource Center. So you're really kind of getting out of the box of the average Family Resource Center. And what I think is going to happen is you're going to prove how well a SparkPoint fits with a Family Resource Center. And as soon as you do that, you better believe that me and my team are going to go tell all the other Family Resource Centers in the Bay Area that they ought to consider being a SparkPoint. So you are leading on behalf of us and on behalf of what we hope to do. So I want to let you know that as we go forward towards this goal of cutting poverty by 2020, we are going to be continuing to be your partner here and really try to bring you the best of the learning we're doing across the Bay Area and, in fact, across the nation. There are now SparkPoints in Orange County and in Fresno, and there are people in Seattle and Atlanta and Delaware and even the Netherlands who have come and said, maybe we should do one of these. So we're going to bring you the best information we can from all those people. We're going to bring the best things you do to all of those people. And together, I think, we're going to really make it to that goal of cutting poverty. And you're going to be a really important part of that work. I want to finish by making an introduction. We have so much respect and admiration for the families who come to SparkPoints and make use of it to move their lives ahead, and that's really what this is all about. And we get to hear and learn about their stories every day. So I have the privilege now, before just thanking you on behalf of United Way and saying we're here with you for the long term and we're excited, I get to introduce Alicia Ali, one of SparkPoint Fremont's clients.